Ice fishing is very similar to fishing in the summertime. Structure is a key component of a successful day on the ice. Today, as you can see, we're fishing off of a point. We're in anywhere from 4 to 8 feet of water. We're fishing for northern today, and generally we try to fish a weed line that we've found during the summertime, so we know there's a weed line present here that runs parallel to the shore. So key to success out on the lake is boring your holes. They have different types of augers that you can utilize, from handheld to gas powered. This one here actually is a propane powered one. They have different size augers, 6, 8, and 10-inch augers. Key also is making sure your blades are really sharp so it cuts through the ice efficiently and quickly so you can go from spot to spot. So today we're fishing for northern pike on a Wisconsin lake, and we got to determine the depth of the water before fishing. We use a tip up and the sinker on the end of the hook, which is also known as a roach clip. We're determining the depth of the water table. Once you find the bottom, I generally take the line and bring it up a couple feet off the bottom. Northern pike, when they're swimming, they're a predatory fish. They actually look up at their bait. I use the bobber to determine or mark the line so we know what depth we're at. Just in case we do catch a fish on this rig, we can set it back up quickly and efficiently. The bait of choice that I prefer is an extra large shiner. Generally, the bigger the minnow, I feel, you're going to catch bigger fish. We use a treble hook and we hook it behind the dorsal fin, which gives you a nice presentation and it moves. Good action. Then we put it down the hole. Once again, we have that bobber to mark it, so if we do catch a fish on this rig, it's easier to set it up next time. We're fishing in about 4 or 5 feet of water. Northern pike generally like the shallower water and weed lines. We determined this spot because in the past we have fished this before and know that there are weeds in the area. We set the tip up on the spindle, set the flag. I use hole covers so I don't have to come back to scoop out the hole. It prevents the hole from freezing over. And basically, if a fish grabs the minnow or the bait, the spindle will spin and the flag will pop up to signal that you have a fish on. When ice fishing, you can either use a tip up or, very similar to when you're fishing in the summertime, an actual rod and reel combo that you can pick up from your local sporting goods store. Generally your rod and reel you'll use for pan fishing, and the tip ups are for bigger game fish. Each individual, you do need a fishing license to purchase on the ice. It's your normal license. And you're allowed 3 lines per person, so you could use a combination of a couple tip-ups or a couple rod and reels.